What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to the long-awaited show. That is indeed going to be the title of this podcast. Is going to be The Show. I'm joined today by guest/host. We'll see how it develops. Nice Skills, Bateson, and Simon. If you want to introduce yourselves.
What up?
What's up?
I'm Bateson.
Yeah. Brilliant start. And what this is going to be, guys, hopefully once a week if we can find the time, based on the fact we haven't been able to record for about 9 months. Probably won't be once a week, it probably once a fortnight. But we're just going to get together, maybe have a new guest or two on each week, and just talk about stuff, life and things. And we want to start off with the fact that Liverpool jammed their way through to the semi-finals of the Europa League.
I wouldn't say
Bateson,
jammed, I would say it was skillful. You don't need class, you just need... I don't know what
I would say poor defense from both teams.
It was pretty bad defending all round.
Liverpool starts the game off not needing to suffer any goals. Instantly, they suffer goals, and then Dortmund.
They went full out attack. It was weird.
I know.
They didn't have to go out attack, and they went it. And then obviously, when you got Aubameyang and Royce tearing you up, it was game over at 9 minutes.
I get the Klopp logic because he plays a really like football. His football is hold the ball, move the ball, get goals. Right? He's not about that defensive life. I get that, but I don't know what they were doing, man. Why'd they suffer 2 goals so early?
That half the problem was the fact that Dortmund scored too early.
Mm-hmm.
Like that allowed Liverpool back into the game. But based on what we've seen here, man of the match for FIFA tonight, who do you reckon?
Lovren.
Yeah, it's gonna be just because of that goal.
It has to be. It's him or Saka, right?
I think he could have played rubbish the whole game, and he scores that goal and he's got it straight away.
Yo,
it's crazy because.
Go on.
No, I was going to say it's just crazy because both centre backs scored and they both fucking trashed the whole game.
Wait, did what's his name on the goal that Sacco scores? Does Sturridge get a flick on that? I think he does, right?
I think he misses it.
You think he misses? It's one of those to be said. I think he flicks it up, but I'm not sure. I can't tell if that's what caught because it goes by 3 defenders, 3 Dortmund defenders.
Well, the defender marking Sacco's held off, isn't he?
Yeah, he's held off.
Wasn't that Lovren as well?
Yeah,
he's the best
in the way
in the Premier League.
He's shocking. Honestly, he's shocking. It's how he's even a professional footballer, I don't know. I think the Bateson from the Wembley Cup could do a better job.
Concede no goals over the period of 90 minutes. He's on the pitch. Yeah, okay, he can be the Bates in the Wembley Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you would probably do a better job than him. And there's him playing for Liverpool, and here's you playing games for kids, mate. So
there's one thing I will say about English football. And all right, there's a play where I think I'm not sure who it is, maybe Origi. He's breaking towards goal and Hummels rips him back. If any other league any country will fall there. And if he falls, Hummels gets a red card. That's his second yellow. I don't know if you guys remember. It's like a breakaway where Sturridge crosses the ball down.
Yeah.
If Origi just falls back because Hummels is all over him, fall back, get the yellow, completely different game. But English football, I don't know, man. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't fall.
Well, it's one of them things in European games. I don't know which game was on yesterday, and the referee. I was at the Man City game, right, and he was horrendous. That referee. So if Origi had a fell down, there's no guarantee that he's getting a yellow card.
Well, it's just like
Premier League refs, yeah. But when it comes to European refs, you honestly don't know.
I think the European refereeing was terrible in every game. The Benfica game, Martinez definitely a red card. It's a breakaway, and they scored there at the end. But either way, it's a red card. Barcelona was out to a handball that was in the box clearly. You guys saw that, right? The handball in the Barca game?
Yeah. But Iniesta should have been sent off for his handball down the other end. So that's karma because it was Iniesta.
Yeah, karma. But at the end of the day, is it karma or is it bad refereeing all around? You see what I'm saying?
It's entirely bad refereeing both times.
Yeah, I think the referee, they put these refs behind the lines. They're doing nothing there, man. They're literally, I don't know. I think the refereeing in the Champions League and the Europa League is terrible.
I feel a little bit bad right now because Simon supports what we would call a low league team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it's very difficult for him to get. But what we'll do is remember that time where Leeds were in semi-final of Champions League.
Yeah, way before I was born.
How's the refereeing? hey, Simon. How's the refereeing in the second division?
There's barely a ref. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's just it's a lot more brutal.
I don't know. It's. I know it's supposed to be the best teams in the world in the Champions League and stuff. They need the best refs, man. And I know they're supposed to be the best refs or whatever like that. But the dude, to see a team like. Even and this is not me defending Barcelona in any way because honestly, I'm not a Barca fan seeing Atletico Madrid events. I want Atletico Madrid or Man City to win the Champions League. I'll go out there and say it right now. I want because they're just teams that are not in the final often. I mean, Atletico Madrid did make the final a while back, but they're teams that are not there often. So seeing Man City win it for me would be cool because you always seen the Barca and stuff. But to see a team like Barcelona go out on a handball like that, pretty brutal. The Bayern game.
No. I don't think they went out because of the handball. They went out because they're on a bad run.
Okay, they are on a bad run. But when you're in a bad run, a referee hurt. Like, think about it this way, yeah? I don't know if you saw the Benfica game, yeah? But 90th, it's like the 73rd minute. They're breaking towards goal. There's no defenders. Martinez completely takes the guy out, one-on-one with the keeper, gets only a yellow card. If Martinez sees a red card there, I'm not saying Benfica's going through. I'm saying whoever Bayern plays next, they don't have any center backs except for Alaba. And he's not even a center back. Because who knows if Boateng's going to be back. Martinez now got a red card. You have 0 center backs going into the next round. So they almost help Bayern going into the next round because of bad refereeing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's I don't know. Bad reffing. Anyways, Liverpool was amazing tonight. Dortmund was amazing. Amazing game.
Now, one more thing I just want to talk about football-based before we move on to the next or another topic is Arsenal's title hopes, right? Because I got absolutely...
No. What title hopes?
I got absolutely pasted for this on Twitter, right?
Aren't we done already?
Leicester have got an incredibly difficult run-in where they could quite easily lose 4 of the remaining games that they've got left, and Arsenal are only 11 points behind. So, like, would you agree that Arsenal are still in with a glimmer of hope? Like, it's not done and dusted.
Yeah. But the thing I don't want to happen is I don't want Arsenal fans to all do the exact same thing and say, oh, you know, we might win it if Leicester fuck up loads, and then they don't, and they go, oh, I said it was a maybe, you know.
Yeah, but it is a maybe, isn't it? It is a maybe. But
yeah, you got to okay, Nep, are you going to win the league? Do you think you're going to win the league?
Like, I tell you, like, when I gamble, and I haven't done recently a lot, but I used to gamble a lot, I would always gamble on gut, right? And there were so many times where I didn't win huge sums of money because I didn't follow my gut. And my gut is telling me that Arsenal are going to win the league.
I think if anyone wins it besides Leicester, it's Spurs, man. I'm
No,
not.
Against
the
Spurs,
only
Spurs
reason.
Are only dude. Spurs are only 3 points ahead of Arsenal.
I know, but
a much harder run in.
I know Arsenal fans will hate me for saying this, but you know how Arsenal has the easier run, and I put quotation marks when I say this because Arsenal makes easy games the hard games. I think if Arsenal had hard teams, they would have a better chance of winning it. I swear to you.
With West Ham, and that was a hard team.
But I'm saying, like, if you look at Arsenal in the past 3-4 years, it's been the smaller games that they throw away, not the big games. It's just the truth. So if I would look at their schedule and see like the Cities and the Uniteds, I would say, you know what, Arsenal has a chance here. But I'm seeing smaller teams. I'm like, oh man, they're gonna blow it on one of these games. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the brutal truth when you look at Arsenal in the past couple of years. And I don't know. Leicester does have a tough run,
even Liverpool struggle against the lower teams compared to the bigger teams.
Liverpool are
well, look how they played tonight against Dortmund.
I don't see you in the semi-final of any European competition. Okay.
Yeah, 2006 we was in a final against Barcelona.
Oh, and, we won the final in 2005.
Yeah, Jens Lehmann basically sabotaged it for us by getting a red card after 12 minutes or something. So that's not really we basically take a moral victory out of that we've won it. So.
Simon, if you had to pick a team to win the BPL right now, who would you pick? Who would you want?
Who do I want to win, or who do I think will win?
Who do you want to win it?
Leicester.
Now, who do you think will win it?
Leicester.
Okay. What about you,
guys? I'm exactly the same. Leicester fans, man.
No, yeah. I've been no. I'm not saying I would out of everyone, but I'm saying a realistic team.
I just think that it all depends on what Manchester United shows up against Leicester. You know what I mean? Like that's what it comes down to, because it could be the Manchester United that we're like, oh wow, they have a spark, or it could be the Manchester United just like, wow, what is this team? And then Leicester all of a sudden gets an easy 3 points, and it is what it is. So I don't know, man. It could go either way. But honestly, man, if Leicester blow this, I mean, I don't know, man. That's.
I've just been watching. I've just been watching and kind of thinking. I've said it to Josh quite a few times. Like, Leicester will not win it, and I keep thinking, oh, give it one more game, and then they'll stop winning, and they just don't. They just keep going.
I thought that once they lost, they would just buckle under the pressure and collapse.
But they haven't.
And they've only lost 3 games all season.
They they just grind it out, and that's what you need to do if you want to win. If you want to win the league.
I mean, their last 4 or 5 games they've been a struggle to win. But with that being said, Arsenal now needs Leicester to tumble, but then Spurs also to tumble. It's not
they need Spurs to drop 1 game.
But that's what I'm saying. You need 2 teams to completely get in kind of a little bit of a slump, and then for them to make sure they win everything. I mean, it's a big ask for Arsenal, dude, because it doesn't depend on them no more. You know what I mean?
Arsenal aren't good at chasing. That's something which they've never been good at.
Arsenal have
they're good at holding a position,
No, we were top at one point
Dude,
this season for.
I'm just
for the
gonna
game.
like Arsenal's season right here, and this is like not taking shots at all. You lose to Watford, and then you annihilate them the fall like a couple days later.
Yeah, I
like
know it's retarded. Yeah.
I don't understand how you like. Where's the motivational boost? Where like how are you blowing like games that you should be winning? And that's why Leicester's in front right now. To say whatever you want about them, they've gotten through. It's not the big games that win you championships. It's the small games.
Liverpool did the same thing as well. Like, I know it's totally irrelevant to Arsenal, but the football teams have a different mentality. Liverpool played Man City in the Capital One Cup final and lost against City. 3 days later, we played them in the league and we smashed them, annihilated, and basically ended their title chances then. And it's a mentality and it's a manager which caused it, but I don't really know much about Wenger, but I don't know what he's done the same all the time. He like prioritizes the big games, and then he just goes out to the smaller games.
Yeah.
It's look at Liverpool, man. They just beat, in my opinion, Dortmund's a team that could say they could have won the Champions League had they been there and whatever. They're good. They're a great European side, right?
That's a Champions League semi-finalist team right there.
That's
They're
right. Yeah,
ridiculous.
100%. That's a team that should be in the Champions League close to the end, and you guys just beat them, and you went there and you tied with them. Like, and where are you guys in the BPL? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't
like
make sense, man.
Yeah.
And the game Arsenal played against Barca, if they play like that all year, they're in first place right now.
Before we move on, I did forget to say at the start, all the links to everyone will be in the description. That was pretty rude.
No, it's alright. I've got a T-shirt on my YouTube channel on it, so people know where to go anyway.
Have you actually?
No, I'm not Zwei back.
Oh
wow.
Well, it's a bit rude.
That wasn't even
Wow.
shots. No, but Zwei
That was shots. What do you mean that wasn't shots?
That wasn't shots.
Nep, can you take a paper and write down every YouTuber that gets shot at taking shots at by whoever? We'll just tally it up.
Let me get my iPad Pro, which is pretty much the size of a laptop, to be fair. And
But you're gonna write down everyone that gets shots taken at
yeah,
them.
what from Bateson? Because he's
No,
just
I
one of those
don't
kind of
take
guys.
shots.
He's just one of those kind of
Well, I
guys.
know one of the subjects. I'm not going to have an opinion on it. I'll
Wait,
say,
so
yeah, I
we're not-
agree. I'll just say I agree.
We're not.
but then I won't
You're
take
not gonna
shots
write them down
personally.
if we do it. You're not gonna write them down if we do it.
No. If you-
I'll
if you do
remember.
it, we'll
I'm
be
like
good.
an
Screw you, Zerka.
Wow, right.
I'm good.
12
I think-
minutes.
I think-
You just killed your channel, Simon. Fucking hell.
Bateson takes shots
As way
at
back.
Zwei.
I think it's
I'll
important
tweet
for
him
us.
now and tell him that I've done it.
I think this is important for us to note really quickly that this is a group of friends chatting about just kind of
Bateson.
friends. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Bateson.
yeah.
We're chatting about. We're not thinking about YouTube channel. We're literally giving our opinions about games, and it's nothing to do with like you see what I'm saying. Like it's just if you were chilling with your friend after school, you know, eating up some Oreos or something, and just chatting and talking. Like there's,
Yeah.
you know, it's just a
Which is an
And with that
interesting
being
one, so I'll
said,
bring that on
there
the
is-
YouTube one.
With that being said, there's something that we want to talk about that me and Skills have talked about for a while, for months, that me and Simon have briefly spoken about recently, and that we don't give a crap about Bateson's opinion about, so we don't talk to him about it. And it's going to be a touchy subject, and it's going to be really difficult to get opinions across without being contradictory, hypocritical, and potentially offensive. But it is clickbait within thumbs and titles within the FIFA and generally YouTube community. Now, I do have opinion on it, but seeing as he's been in the limelight a lot recently, we'll throw it over to Simon and see what he can say about it.
Thanks, man.
Shots, not shots.
Just
Hold on.
straight under the bus.
No, not even just like this is. I don't care what YouTuber you are. I don't care if you're a male, a female. I don't care what you are. You have been hit with this is clickbait. I don't care who you
Yeah.
are.
But-
Every
but-
YouTuber has been hit with it.
Yeah, but I
So-
see there's a big
No, go on,
difference.
Simon.
There's like two things. There's clickbait and there's exaggerating. So like exaggerating something is like that's the whole like like OMG in your title or something. If you get like a 190 something like that. This is just the first example that came to my head. If you get that and it's like OMG 190, and then you have like your best players on there, that's exaggerating it, but that's
But
normal.
it makes you click it. It makes you click it.
Yeah, but then there's actual clickbait where it's like, all right, 190, and then you show a 190, but you haven't got a 190. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The word like if you say something in a video or you show something in the video and then the title is that is no longer clickbait in my opinion. Does that make sense?
So
Which is
here's-
interesting
here's-
because you get pulled up on that for saying it's clickbait, for saying what you've got, and it's actually. I remember getting it on a Team of the Year pack, and I think it was Neymar. I packed Neymar and Messi.
You know what the most interesting thing is, right? So from my experience within draft, right, and this doesn't really go to how I feel about clickbait or not. This goes to more about the people in the comments. But if I post, I won the draft and packed Ronaldo, which I did, people went mental at me for ruining the video for saying I packed Ronaldo. If I put something in along the lines of, oh my god, legend, because perhaps I got a legend in the draft, people are like, oh my god, I thought he packed a legend, this is clickbait. What they want is a title that would literally just read Draft to Glory episode 65. But from a business standpoint, that's just not good because less people will click on it. Now, in terms of clickbait is just rife in the entire media industry, not just the social media industry. Newspapers, magazines, websites, everything is clickbait because the entire name of the business is to get as many clicks as possible to ultimately gain as much revenue as possible through those clicks.
It's advertising.
Essentially. I personally think what clickbait is me saying, like yesterday's video, I put man of the match Ronaldo on the thumbnail, in the title, and I did get him in the draft. For me, that's clickbait because you're clicking this to see what area and aspect of clickbait I've got man of the match Ronaldo in. But when someone flat out lies in a video and says something like 191 rated foot draft achieved and they've got like a 186, you're cheating the system. You're misleading your viewers. You're abusing the YouTube search engine to gain views for something that you don't have.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. There's that's both of them are clickbait, but there's
but it's become acceptable.
There's a good clickbait and a bad clickbait.
That's exactly it. There is a good clickbait and a bad clickbait.
Here's the whole thing. The word clickbait, first of all, if someone comes up to a YouTuber and be like, yo, man, like, you clickbait, like, that was a good clickbait video. Honestly, that in a way is almost like if you watch a movie commercial and you're like, man, I want to watch that movie, that's clickbait. They just got you because they want you to, you're an entertainer, right? You want the person to want to watch the movie or the video or whatever it is. So that's the job. But the word clickbait is wrongly used now. Does that make sense?
I think misleading is the word. Like, you've misled me here. What you said in the title isn't in the video. And I also think that to some extent, what's in the title, if it's even relevant to the video in any way, it's not misleading.
Not at all.
For example, again, throwing it back on myself, and this is why it's somewhat hypocritical, because there's some areas where I'm like, this is just wrong, and there's some areas where I'm like, this is a grey area. Like, when Pele was first put into Foot Draft, I came up against a guy who had Pele, so my title was Pele in Foot Draft. Now, whilst I know the viewers would have expected me to have Pele in the Foot Draft, I wasn't lying with the title saying there was Pele in the Foot Draft in this video, because he was there. Okay, it's not in the manner that you wanted or that you would have assumed, but it wasn't a lie. And again, it takes me back to when people say, oh my fucking god, Pele in a pack, and it's just not. That needs to be punished a little bit more than people going, oh, another clickbait title from X YouTuber.
No, but with them videos though, they do a pack opening. And I'm lowing because I've clicked about 6 of these Pele in a pack videos, and it's not their pack, but it's mixed into their pack opening, which means they can title it. Like, I would rather titles be your own content. Like, understand why you did it, Nep, because you actually come up against Pele and it's relevant to you playing the game. But there's some which are just there to purely gain views and not to not entertain the viewer really, because they can go and see it on someone else's channel, you know.
I'll give you my honest opinion, and people in the comments might be like, oh, skills, you're whatever. Like, a lot of people might get mad when I say this. First of all, have I ever done a click? Every YouTuber has done a clickbait in some way. Okay, I am no saint in this. I am not a saint. Okay, but it's a little bit annoying when you put a title like, best pack, and you pack an inform, and people are like, that's clickbait. But then you see someone in the community do a video of like the most like man, I don't even know how to explain it, like a new 17 game, and they go brand new 17 mode, and they don't get clickbait or dislikes, but a YouTuber who puts, actually comes up against a Way or a Pele will get dislikes and click. You see what I'm saying with that? Like, it's I don't know, man. It's tough to see stuff like that in the community, because someone will actually do it the right way, and then someone will completely make up a lie of something that's out there, and they get no dislikes, and another YouTuber will get dislikes for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Well, I actually had like a comment on one of my like Ultimate Team episodes. It was like some random episode, like episode 32 of a series, and someone actually commented like, "Oh, this thumbnail's so original, and so's the title. Surely you should have a different one for each episode and call it," and then gave me like examples. And I was literally there like, he's telling me to make it mad clickbait.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is episode 32 or something of a series. I'm not going to, like, I might change the title or whatever, but I want people to know that it's part of a series. I don't want to just call this like, OMG.
Well, I know me and Nep have been speaking for a while about these videos, and I actually tested it on one of mine, and it was pulled up instantly by people saying it's clickbait, when in fact it was, because it was the trend of draft videos, 99.99% impossible, and there was something else put in there as well, and that video is actually my most viewed draft video because of it. So it works, but it's not accepted on the likes of my channel. It won't be accepted on Nep's channel, but there's just viewers which accept the YouTuber for what they're misleading on and support it, and unfortunately there's a lot of YouTubers which don't have that.
There's two different almost like viewer bases in FIFA. Like, if you're an old head that's done FIFA a long time ago, to do certain things you will definitely be disliked crazy. Like, JJ could do something on his channel right now that will get a bunch of dislikes, but then someone else in the FIFA community will do the same thing and it'll get no dislikes. Just like my channel and someone else's, just like everyone's channel. It's really crazy how one person can get away with the exact same thing with no dislikes, but then the other person gets like crucified for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's nuts how, like, and what's even more crazy is it's generally the same viewer base. Like, there's a lot of overlapping viewers. So it's like literally the same person will say, okay, for him, this is okay because he just does it all the time and I expect it. And then they'll say, for him, this is not okay. Like, it has to be, like, I don't want to say one rule for all, because it's not a rule. Like, YouTube is free game, and as long as you're within the YouTube rules and regulations, you're okay. However, YouTube has very strict policies regarding misleading thumbnails and titles that they just don't uphold, and it will be interesting should they ever look into the fact that there is a big problem within YouTube in general, not just in the FIFA community. In most communities, there's issues, especially in the vlogging community. And the vlogging community get away with it a lot more because what they can do is vlog a whole day and pick the most outrageous part of their vlog, no matter how small it is, to put in the title.
Yeah. You've seen the drama that's come out with the lot of the prank stuff being fake on YouTube. That's right there is clickbait in itself. You're faking a video to get a title, to get a thumbnail, you see what I'm saying? And so you see this stuff in every single community. It's just some people are more frowned upon than others. Like, some people like legit put a clickbait video every single video. And big ups to them. If you can do it, do it. Like, if your audience allows that, then, big ups to you, man. But I don't know. It's crazy how there's, like, double standard for certain people.
It all falls down to the subscriber themselves, doesn't it? Because if they don't understand it, like, it'd be interesting to get people to comment on this video what they deem clickbait. Yeah. And their understanding of it. Because obviously, we know, because we're YouTubers. We see it all the time.
Okay, so... here's the thing. If you do a video and you're like, oh my God, Ronaldo, and really all I did was hold the camera, Nep was beside me, and he packed Ronaldo, but in my video I put, oh my God, Ronaldo. Is that now clickbait? Because I put the camera on you while it's like if you walk by a Ferrari and like, oh my God, I got a Ferrari, like Ferrari, and you show a Ferrari in your thumbnail. Is it clickbait or...
but that is by definition clickbait, because you're using something that warrants somebody to go, oh my God, like, what about this Ferrari? Let me find out more. And then when they get there, they're disappointed because it's not what they would have assumed, but it's real. But again, that's where it just comes down to if you was like, oh my God, Ferrari, and there's a picture of a Ferrari on your thumbnail, but it goes to the video and you're showing Fords and Vauxhalls, people are going to be like, wait, hold on, where the fuck is the Ferrari?
Yeah, that's like, it's clickbait, but it's more of an exaggeration of the video. Whereas if you had done that, like, you show a Ferrari in your vlog and you call the video, I got a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like, my new Ferrari or something like that, and it is you walking down the street, you see a Ferrari and go like, this is my new car. That's then like...
that again is like, I think that's crossing the line. But I don't know, like it's very difficult. And the reason why I think we're talking about this, and for the viewers, because the viewers might be sitting there thinking, why are they even talking about this? For me, it's very frustrating as a YouTuber, especially someone who's been here since before the FIFA community was big, since before there was even revenue on YouTube. It's very frustrating to see people come in and make good money and take viewership away from it's not even about the money, it's more about the viewership and the notoriety, taking that away from people who are doing it in inverted commas the right way. Like, you know, there are videos out there. So for example, and I'm going to use it as an example, the 191 rated foot draft, it's got, last time I looked, like 1.5 million views in like 3 weeks, and it's not a 191 rated foot draft. It's not even a mention of a 191 rated foot draft. It's just the title to cheat people in. So now what's going to happen is when somebody eventually does get the 191 rated foot draft, they're going to be feeding off of views from that person. Like, what's going to happen is they're going to upload it. They're not going to get the viewership that they should have got because someone's cheated them out of it. And I don't think that's fair.
Well, you can see it with pack openings. Pack openings should be the biggest viewed thing on YouTube, 100%. Like there was nothing in FIFA that was viewed more than pack openings. That's why you saw so many pack opening channels. But once everything was abused to the maximum, at once Pele was hit 30 times on YouTube. Now all of a sudden hitting a Pele means nothing because everybody and their mama was just sitting there like, you know, spamming. And dude, there was videos of lone Peles and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
And once you have like all the searches full of Peles, like that's it. Once someone actually hits a Pele, a lot of times as a YouTuber,
it's too late for them.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, a lot of times when you hit a player as a team of the season to be, you're like, yo, this is a banging video. But really, it's not a banging video no more because somebody already beat you there with an easy clickbait. You know,
it's like the draft. Like when you open the draft, they're called packs, aren't they? Some people call them packs.
Yeah. I think that started to be called packs a lot more.
So like, if you get Pele in there, you know, that title can be Pele in a pack. And it's like that.
Has that actually happened?
I feel like I've seen someone.
See, because I was watching Castro yesterday and he was calling them packs. He was like, we've got 3 packs left to try and get this.
Yeah, I've never called them packs.
Yeah, I've never called them
packs.
Yeah,
I thought he was saying picks. Because I was watching that as well.
Packs.
Yeah, and he was saying packs. It was strange.
And if now it is called packs, this is going to open an entire line.
Well, it makes pack openings completely void.
Yeah, basically like Dead's pack openings.
Yeah.
But it's going to make an entire line of more clickbait videos of I packed man of the match Griezmann.
14 years in packs.
Yeah,
I truly,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Team of the years aren't even out right now. Whatever.
I truly hope that doesn't become a thing because those are not packs, yo. Like when you're like because what you're saying is each round is a pack.
Yeah.
See, that's just crazy because the where the draft came from was from American sports, isn't it? It's from like the NFL, and that's where they kind of got the drafting system from. And it's a round. It's not a pack. It's a round. This is your next round. Round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4. You know what I mean? That it's a round. It's not meant to be packs. If it becomes
I just always call them like picks.
Yeah, picks are rounds. Yeah. That's because it's your
next
round.
I think picks, rounds, or pops is where we're at. And if it does become a thing, and it probably will because it's going to probably stem from this video somewhere down the line where someone's going to be like, actually, you know what, let me do that. Shame on you. Shame on you, the first person that takes it and does it, because you're contributing to the downfall of your own community. And for your short-term gain, is it worth the long-time problems that this community is going to have? And you saw it. Like, people think communities are untouchable and are unbreakable. The COD community and the Minecraft community have fallen from the graces. There's no reason to say why the FIFA community won't either. And it falls because the content creators are so money hungry and so driven by what they want rather than what's good, that it just causes problems to the point where viewers don't want to watch it. Because why would a viewer want to watch something where as soon as, let's say, the first team of the season comes out, and, you know, as soon as, like, who's a big team of the season, let's say team of the season Ibra, as soon as that team of the season Ibra is in the draft, you're going to see 20, 30, 40, oh my god, I packed team of the season Ibra videos up. Yeah. No one's going to watch them because they know that it's not true. So in long term, you're hurting yourself.
To people out there, and I'm going to kind of give, like, my channel as an example. To people out there that think like, oh, clickbait's the way, and this is me being my opinion on the whole topic. A few months back, my channel started getting in. Nep, you know about this. My channel got into a very bad place. My comments were. The reason it got to a bad place was the community changed, and the community changed very heavily due to the Sidemen, Simon, all them. They were putting out awesome IRL videos, so everybody and their mama and their daddy and their grandmas try to put out awesome IRL videos because that's
in some cases the actual mums and dads.
In some cases. So the community adapted. Now I stopped doing my career modes, my players, my ultimate team videos to upload these IRL videos. My channel was a disaster. There was IRL videos, there was clickbait videos, there was a bunch of nonsense because this is where the views were, and I say that with quotation marks. My audience got on me, a lot of dislikes, views dropped heavily. I got to the point where I was like, this isn't me. I'm not enjoying YouTube no more. Went back to what I do, which is just play FIFA. And the channel, my comments are amazing now. The views have gone up. It just shows you that not always is that the right way for, like, even though the views are there for a little bit, eventually it'll come back and bite you in the butt. And even though the views were big for me for about, 2-3 months, once my viewers start to understand, like, yo, what the hell happened to you? What happened to, like, this is like clickbait. I'm out of here. You'll quickly understand that that's the wrong way. You don't want that type of an audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because the audience becomes very, very brutal, and they have a point to be brutal because they feel they're getting scammed into watching something almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And so something I actually want to ask Simon, as somebody who's like, we actually discussed this last night, like the 300th most popular YouTuber ever. How does it feel knowing that you contributed to the rise of an entire community from like the collective that you and your friends put together?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it?
It is, and you didn't expect it because like for me, like when people say to me like you're such a massive inspiration, it's hard for me to understand that because all I do is play video games in my room. Like obviously it's more, like, I am more than that, but for what they see and what they get, they just know me as a guy who sits here and plays FIFA, gets angry at FIFA because I'm very bad, and rinse and repeat. But they don't see me from any, like, what I do outside of that. But for you, they see a lot of you because you guys like post like public things, real life videos. You get to see more of your personality because you do real life stuff with people, and you have truly like helped shape the scene in views, in content creation. Like I would personally consider you one of the best content creators there are. And like how do you feel about that? How do you feel when somebody says that to you?
I mean, like it's still the same though. It's still like literally, I just have a camera. That's it. It's still like the same as you saying like, oh yeah, I just play FIFA. That's all I do. But we just document our lives. The only thing I don't like is like you just said about how you started doing what you saw other people doing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do that now, and it's like
I think the entire FIFA community followed you guys.
Which I'm kind of
we
like,
did for a period, skills, didn't we? We tried it. Dude, it doesn't suit me. I'm too old. It's not my style of thing. It's not my cup of tea, man. Like
that's the only like when you're saying about like shaping a community or whatever. I kind of like, I don't like that in a sense because I try to do like my own thing, and I want everyone to do their thing. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be like, oh, what's doing well. That's the whole back to like clickbait is.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, do what you enjoy doing. It's always gonna sound cheesy, I know, but do what you like doing. So like, you enjoyed doing those like series and stuff like that, or those videos, so you do them. But it's like don't do them because
what people see is like during 15, the group videos became a big thing because the Sidemen what's hot. Like you guys were freaking still massive, but humongous. That time was just like whoa, right? Everyone was like Sidemen. And everyone, look how many group videos became a thing during that time, right? So everyone thought the IRL, the group videos, was what people wanted to see. And now, as a YouTuber, you're like, all right, let me either adapt to what's happening or let me get out of this. But a lot of times, adapting is not the right thing because it almost came full circle. I think in 15, FIFA gameplay died. I think gameplay videos is not what people want to see. Pack openings, IRL type videos, crossbar challenges. It's still football. Like now you're talking of like
what the Sidemen like. You know how we did like football videos. You know, like that
Dizzy
original
penalties,
crossbar challenge was like one of the first out of like the gaming community kind of thing, or at least the FIFA community.
Yeah,
that was like one of the first football ones, and now I'm seeing like 16 football videos a week.
See, so everyone
like, I don't want that to die.
Everyone adapted to that, thinking that was the way forward, where really there was a lot of people out there wanting still the FIFA game. And that's the whole thing of like clickbait and stuff like that. People see one person get this million view video because of a certain title or a certain thumbnail, and now they try the same thing.
What happens with most of them trends though is look at Pink Slips wager matches. They were successful. No, they used to. But they used to be.
Everyone does them, and then it becomes overdone.
Yeah, if they become flooded. And I was saying to Nep, I think that this potentially might happen with the draft things as well.
Well, so it's interesting because the draft to glory was something I actually planned to do right at the start of FIFA. I was at AA's house, and I wondered how I could do. And one of the first drafts I won, I packed Laurent Blanc, but that account got banned because I promoted coins back then. And because that account got banned and I didn't know what I was doing with or without coins, I never really went back to it. And nobody touched draft, like hardly ever. I started Draft to Glory, literally like 5 days later, AA started Draft to Glory. He didn't realise I did it either, like, it was just a complete coincidence. And there wasn't many draft videos. As the weeks go by, all you see now is draft videos. There is, like, the squad builder community and the player review community is dead, but drafts are getting so rinsed to the point where I'm like, damn, man, like, is my Draft to Glory going to be able to sustain views? Because everyone's rinsing it so hard. Like, what's next?
But the thing is that they're not rinsing it to the point of, like, now it's to the point of, and I'm not trying to, be like a dick in any way or anything, but now what people are doing now is going into a draft, not getting the player they want back, and now doing it again. That's what drafts are becoming, because
Tani did that versus Net the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he matched up against me and then just quit straight away. He didn't even score an own goal. If you're the kind of guy that wants to back out, score an own goal. Let that person into the next round.
Like that's where it's at now. Now drafts are like, it's not like people are doing regular draft gameplay. People literally, to get titles and stuff now, are going in, backing out, until they get the exact player they want to get that thumbnail. And at that point, that's not clickbait, because they've.
Yeah, I mean, Simon, you're trying to get a 190 right now, aren't you? Today you was trying to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I ended up building like 4.
Did you score any goals when you're backing out them games?
In like 3 of them I did.
That's nice. You're a nice guy.
At least he gave 3.
One of them I didn't.
What I find is interesting, though.
Got angry.
What I find interesting is why people care if someone got a 190 or 191.
Yeah.
If they then don't go on and win the draft and get an epic prize, like who cares if you got a 190 if you go and get spanked in the first round anyway?
You can go onto Footed. You can build a 191 rated team, which is primarily like draft picks, and you can see what it would be. But I think it's going to get to the point where people are going to get absolutely sick of clicking a 191 foot draft video, not seeing a 191 foot draft, and like, well,
and then
I've seen about 17 of these now, and I've not seen one of them yet, apart from this one time where they actually hit 191 on the reserves, but then when it was actually a fully built team, it dropped down to 187.
And then someone will get a 191 and they won't get views.
Yeah. Like the draft mode for myself, I enjoy the builder part, even though I'm seen as a bit of a retard when I do it. But it's like it's a mini series. The episode itself, or the journey itself, is like a story. The start, you build a team, you conquer it, and then you're rewarded at the end with some packs. Now the packs are a huge thing, actually.
I think the reason why draft is doing so well is because it has a squad builder, it has gameplay. If there's one specific player that performs brilliantly, it has a player review and it has a pack opening. It literally has all 4 elements of what has been popular in the FIFA community over the years, apart from wager matches.
So I don't know why people don't want to see it all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to see a 191 squad builder, I'll just build you a squad tomorrow. I've got all the players, man. Like, Bason's got every player in the game. Like,
I think you've literally just planned a video for me now. Thank you very much.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be real with you.
I'm not doing 191. I'm doing 192.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, and you could have used, like, I've thought about this a long time ago, but I'm like, and I know someone will do this idea probably, and whatever, they won't get hate, but I would never do it because my comments would be a disaster and the dislikes would thing. But you could literally right now build the best team in foot show that team in the beginning, then enter draft. Now you can label the video however you want. One, whatever, draft. You see?
Best team, you'd call it like best team ever, foot draft.
Yep,
best team in the game, foot draft.
Best rated team, blah, blah, blah name, and then go foot draft. So you go, hey guys, look at my team. Now I'm going to go into the foot draft to try and improve it. You see what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden,
well,
is that clickbait?
I think 196 is
Yeah.
the highest rated team, isn't it? So you could do 196 dash foot draft.
Exactly.
Like, yo guys, here's my 196 rated team. Let's go do a foot draft.
Some YouTubers will get away with that, and other YouTubers will be like, holy moly. Like that is something someone can do, and then the whole thing of, well, it's clickbait or this or that. And like I said, man, for me, I use the draft for seeing if I should actually invest in the player. Like, for example, man of the match Griezmann. I played with him. I played 2 drafts with him. I got to get him for my main team. That guard is on another level.
I would love a team of season amount corner skills.
I know, but that card is just incredible. And number 2, the one thing I don't get about draft videos, and then there's another topic, is a lot of times people are like, yo, just go with the best players ever. Since it's a story in itself, every episode, don't you want to like see random teams that you like, wow, you won the draft with some crazy doodoo like that? Like, how did you?
You want new players. That's what it should be.
Man, you ran Lallana at center back and won the draft with that. How did that even, like, what? Like, I thought
let's not be silly. Like, Lallana's a piece of trash.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, you throw Marcelo at center, you throw Marcelo at CDM, and you win the draft. And people are like, damn, like Marcelo actually.
Interestingly, there was a thread on Reddit today about how a guy noticed that fullbacks have quite often the highest in-game stats because they have really well-rounded cards, and there's quite a lot of fullbacks that have like 80 more in each stat and such. So he built an entire team of fullbacks and did remarkably well, even though it had poor chem, because they've all got good stats, which just goes to show, like, whether you or not you believe chem is relevant or not, but just goes to show, like, you'll find players in the draft that you wouldn't usually find because you wouldn't usually use them. Like, for me personally, like Jesse Rodriguez and Parejo and Aduriz this year have been superstars for me in regular Ultimate Team because I used them in the draft.
Yeah, Bruno's one of mine as well.
Yeah, Bruno's left foot is out of this world. And like I said, that's the whole thing of, like, the draft opens your eyes to players that are, like, I would probably never buy the Inform Eriksson. Well, Inform Eriksson's one of the best cam in the game. Like, but that's what the draft does for you. It opens up your eyes to fantastic and great players.
But people don't want to see that gameplay is the thing. And that's what... Like, so I watched like a whole load of people's videos on the draft, and loads of them, obviously, they don't play the game. So then, like, today, my video, when we recorded this, was like a FIFA 15 draft, and I built 2 drafts, as in, like, the where you click LB and it comes up with 6 players.
Transfer market. Okay.
Yeah, so I did that, and I built 2 teams trying to beat the other guy's scores, and then I like off camera tried getting into a game to record it, couldn't get into a game. So I put that up, and all the comments are just like, "Oh, why didn't you play a game with it? What's the point without a game?" And I'm kind of thinking, I've literally done what everyone else has done. And
people not putting
done the draft?
I'll be real with you. I only watch I watch Nep's draft stuff. I don't watch a lot. Are people not putting gameplay? Is that what's happening now?
Yeah,
they'll usually put in like 2, 3, sometimes 4 draft builders, but no gameplay, no packs.
Yeah.
And for me, I like the aspect of packs, and I'm really excited to see Gorilla's draft series. He's just started one. Obviously, if you guys don't know him, he's like one of the best FIFA, like probably the best foot player in the world right now.
I beat him once.
It would be hard pressed to see him lose, but it would be so interesting to see because he's basically got an unlimited source of coins from winning constant 50 and 100k packs all the time. And for me, that's super entertaining to watch because I've shown through my draft series that it doesn't have it's not relevant whether you win or not to get a good pack. Like, some of my best packs have been after losing in the first round.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's one of those things, man, that like you never really understand. I thought people liked the gameplay part. I thought people liked the squad building the game. I thought people liked drafts because of how much content there is in one video. Because let's be honest,
that's what NepentheZ is. That's what NepentheZ is. It is the squad builder, the gameplay, the packs, the player review. Yeah, that's if you put it all in.
Yeah, no, man, I don't know. It's crazy. So,
well, so most of NepentheZ, because NepentheZ not that good. It's like 10 minutes on the squad builder, a minute of gameplay because he gets knocked out in the first round.
I did today, yeah.
But then he makes up for it with a legend in a pack or Ronaldo in a pack. And probably he's going to get Team of Season Messi in a pack as well when it hits Team of Season.
That would be fantastic.
We should talk about how many drafts Simon has won.
Please say Marvin Jesse.
Jessie's won like one, hasn't she?
She's won
yeah,
one.
She literally won her first one yesterday.
To be fair, I've only won about 3.
That's more than
That's still big. That's still big.
Yeah.
No.
Some of the draft records in the community are nuts. Not from YouTubers, but actual people who are subscribed to us.
They've got amazing records,
stupid records.
Yeah.
See, I played my very first draft I ever played on this FIFA. I won. Thought it was easy. Didn't win again for about 6 months.
Really? See, that's interesting. I won it so much in the beta, because I got access through legal means, definitely, and I was constantly winning it. And they were giving amazing prizes, like coins sometimes, incredible packs and stuff. And obviously I was doing that to just see how it works because it was the beta. And I thought, wow, man, when this comes out, I'm just going to be cleaning up. I'm going to be absolutely cleaning up. And then it took me like 7 attempts to win my first one. I was just so disappointed in myself.
But even with the rewards and stuff, EA definitely should have been altering that throughout the year.
Yeah, they've been terrible. Yeah. Hopefully next year.
But it's a trial. It's not a trial. It's actually a successful implementation into the game, isn't it? But what they need is to work on draft, add more elements to it, bring in player friend on draft and stuff like that. Like do it how draft should have been. Like Skills' series.
Yeah.
Where you up against like say us four. We're in a call. We get a pick instantly. First one to pick that player. I'll do it in round robins.
Yeah,
see what you come out with.
There's a hell of a lot of more stuff they could add.
Yeah.
As someone who's not like a hardcore FIFA fan, Simon, what would you want from them to make you more interested and engage more with the game? Like, not that you're not a hardcore FIFA fan, but you don't play it as much now as possibly before.
Everything I play is like everything I record.
Yeah. So what would like engage you in it more?
I think what you guys just said about like being able to play a friend and like stuff like that. Anything that can
just more multiplayer aspect.
Yeah, anything that can make two people play at the same time. Yeah. Like, so stuff like, wages, something like that. Anything like that was fun because you can trade with each other. You can play each other and then trade.
Yeah.
So it's like, take away all the the coins of it all and everything. The fact you could trade stuff and it is like that. If you had a draft and, I pick something, you can't pick that now. Anything that actually makes two people interact.
There legit needs to be an online career mode.
For draft, I think online career mode is something that would be massive, and it's definitely. I don't play career mode, but I'll probably play online career mode. But in terms of draft, let's say you had like Draft Wars. Shout out to Draft Wars from back in the day. Just saying. Draft Wars in FIFA 15. It was brilliant.
No, Wade Wars.
Let's say we go up against each other, me and you, AA, and I get my captain's pop, and I take Ronaldo, so you can't take Ronaldo. We both pay 15,000 coins to enter, and at the end of it, we have two teams. We play one game, and the winner gets a 35k pack. That would be amazing for the community because you just like you don't necessarily have to play against friends either. You could play against randoms in a one-off game for the opportunity to win just one pack.
I think that would be the sick. And let's say they should have like divisions. Like if you win like 7 of those battles, like whatever you want to call them, you go up a division. Eventually, first you're playing for 7,500 packs, then 25k, then you see what I'm saying?
The only thing that stops it obviously is people will be like, I could literally just go against like Bates and just go, I'll just let you win like 10 in a row, and then you've got...
If that's the case though, it costs. But if you're both paying 15,000 coins and only one gets a 35k pack, you're eliminating 30,000 coins for a 35k pack.
I think that would work if it's a random. I think if you play a friend, it could be a different prize.
Maybe an untradeable pack.
Yeah, untradeable for playing friends, and then regular ones for. But I don't know, man. That concept in itself is actually a banging concept. Like that right there would just be, oh my god.
Yeah, it'd be huge, wouldn't it? It'd be massive.
Yeah, just
I think something that's like really small though, that this would barely change the game, but would entice me to try the draft more, is if you had like every certain amount of wins you get something. Like that tournament where it's like if you won 7 times you got a kit or something. Was it a kit or a 100k pack or something?
Yeah, you got a 100k pack at the end. Yeah.
So like if you win 50 drafts, you get 100 drafts, you get a guaranteed legend pack or something like that.
It's just like the whole like, what's the point of winning Division 1 over and over? And even with that being like I don't know, man. I don't understand. Like, how do you not get a token back for winning the draft? That's the smallest, I don't understand, bro. Like, I don't get. First of all, the chances of you actually making your 15,000 coins back is minimal. Minimal.
Dude,
yeah.
Even if you win, sometimes you don't make it back.
You don't make it back. So what's the hurt of giving somebody a prize? Let's be honest. There's only a very small percentage of people, maybe like 2% of people that can win every draft they go into and like lose 1 out of 10. You're not gonna hurt the economy on FIFA by giving out free tokens. So that's a whole nother argument, whole nother topic, whole nother conversation. Like that's just. But
it's interesting as well that they'll allow you to go and create now 30. I hear like at the start of FIFA, you could create 10 accounts, go and get that free draft token, get the packs, transfer the rewards over, the coins over using the bronze players and stuff. And they were fine with that. And now there's 30 accounts that you could do, but they won't every Monday throw a free draft account on like a token on your account.
I don't
like
get
what they could do as well. I don't know how they'd like manage this or anything, but you could have a free draft entry every week, and the prize that you get is untradeable instead of tradable. There you go. It doesn't cost anything to enter. Doesn't you doesn't affect the market at all. But it pleases the thousands of people that can't afford to play draft that would love to try it.
Going on the topic of like not enough content in FIFA, Simon, with all like your second channel, your main channel, so much things. What do you play the most right now? Like, what do you if you had time? Let's just say your videos are all edited, which is like very slim time. But let's say you found a little bit of time in your day. What would you flick on for enjoy? Like besides like porno?
What game
no porno, no porno. Like, you have to pick a game. What would you turn on to like relax? Ooh, what game? Anything.
I don't know. I really don't know. Anything PC probably, like H1Z1 or something.
Like H1Z1 or something?
Yeah, I don't think I'd go to FIFA.
That's interesting. There was I'll be honest with you, man. There was a phase about a month ago where, when the tournament came out for the, I don't even have that kit. That I didn't turn FIFA on unless it was for a draft to glory or a career mode. I didn't even see that tournament. I didn't.
That tournament was the most fun thing on FIFA. It was stressful, but it was rewarding.
Yeah, it was the most rewarding. And you know why? Like, so for me, when I don't play FIFA because I get bored of the monotony in it, I play games like Diablo or League of Legends because they have a farming aspect and an aspect where every single time you play the game, you're going to get something better. Not necessarily for League because it's competitive, but for Diablo, every time you go into the game, the more time you put in, the more you get back from the game. In FIFA, that's not the case because once you've hit Division 1, there was a post about it before. To win Division 1, you have to win 8 out of 10 games, right? Or get 7 wins, 2 draws.
Yeah.
When the reward you get for holding in Division 1 is the same reward you get for winning Division 6.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? That's pathetic. Like, you just don't reward the players that play the game.
What do you get if you win BRs over and over in H1Z1? Do you get anything? Do you get rewarded for playing that
you
game?
Get crates, yeah.
Yeah, you get a couple crates, but it's not like realistically they're not much.
I just don't get like where like there's just no dude, if you turn on Madden right now or any other sports game that EA makes, there's endless content. And with FIFA it's like, all right, let's wait for team of the year, let's wait for team of the season. And
with FIFA it's like, all right, we got to wait for this. Let's
all sit back and pray to God that Ronaldo has a really good weekend this weekend so we get a good team of the week. That's what it is. Like, it's like, imagine if it went on a slump where like no good players performed. We would be getting like informs that no one cared about. The content that's updated in FIFA would be trash.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I was playing H1Z1 all the time over FIFA, and H1Z1 then, it was either alpha or beta.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally there like, I'm playing this game that's not even finished, and I'm enjoying it 10 times more. Well, like I'll enjoy this FIFA series I do because I'm so invested in it, and like the drafts I do.
So with that, the reason why I think for you specifically as well as me, because I've watched your H1Z1 streams, is because you can play with friends in H1Z1, and that's a massive aspect that Ultimate Team doesn't have. Clubs would be amazing if they did work with it. We've all played clubs. We've got club series. I love playing clubs because I love the idea of working with like people and enjoying that success together. In Ultimate Team, there is, unless you're sat side by side with the person, there is no like co-op aspect of the game mode which they need to implement.
Dude, playing 2v2 Nep when you're at my house together was one of the funnest things I've done.
Dude, it's genuinely the best. Like I love FIFA when I've got someone sat next to me.
Yeah, but the fact that you can't like match up with a friend that's somewhere else in the world on Ultimate Team and play
it's stupid.
It's stupid. Like there's no. Dude, I believe in Madden, which is another game that EA makes. You can't even do 2v2 when you're side by side with somebody in Ultimate Team. I'm pretty sure. I tried to do it with bunnies and I couldn't do it. So I don't really know if you can, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not really sure, but I don't really get EA when it comes to that, man. They're like really like strict with their game.
I think they're limited to licensing, but when it comes to that type of stuff with the 2v2, like Ultimate Team content, that's limited for licensing. But when it comes to like the in-game stuff of 2v2,
I'm Bates, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and this is not taking shots at you or anything. I think they lie about the licensing thing.
Yeah,
no, they definitely do not. They definitely don't. Because
I tell you why I think they do is because there's been times where they say we can't do this because of licensing, we can't do that because of licensing. PES has the Champions League license, then they release Team of the Group Stage, and they don't have license for it.
They didn't title it Team of the Group Stage, or did they? Oh, did they?
They did.
But I was, because obviously I speak to the PES lot quite a bit. Yeah. EA put a lot of what I don't know what it's called, stand and cease or something. They put a lot of things to PES, but PES, because it's a Japanese company, they're all about respect. The Japanese people are about respect, aren't they? So the PES never do anything against EA, which is one of the reasons why they get away with the man of matches midweek, because we all know what the fuck they're for. Everyone knows what they're for. What else has happened that day? Champions League.
Yeah. So what about the people who had the problem with their cards being a square and all that because of
that was Tops going at them.
So where's the problem with Madden? They're square.
Because there's no Madden Tops, or if there was,
EA
can also buy the rights to that.
Madden, FIFA, NFL Tops is what's massive.
Then in which case Tops haven't basically like sued EA over the card design.
Because you remember the collection book as well.
Yeah,
that was got rid of out of the game because it was too close to a trading card aspect game. Yeah. And if you know, EA don't actually call the players and stuff cards; they're called items.
Yeah.
And they have to correct themselves on that.
But you can trade within. You could trade within Ultimate Team. So how do they have the rights to that? You're trading cards. You're selling cards in Ultimate.
No,
they're called items. I know they're called items. So why
can't
you do a collection book where it's called collectible items?
Yeah, I mean,
you see what I'm saying? Like, you just got around the same thing. Like, it doesn't make sense.
They could find ways around it.
It's all speculation. Like, we don't know what they get off top. Like, I presume Tops can go in on them. I presume they will, because they're defending like a full aspect. If EA took everything which Tops did and put it into a game, they could do it. It would probably want to be one of the most successful games out there. Yeah. But then again, it takes away from Tops.
This is where the problem lies. What's wrong with a tweet saying, yo, we updated the game? What's wrong with a tweet saying, yo, we can't do this because of this reason? Like, they're so, like, FBI, like,
no, we
Secret
used to get
Service.
That,
I know, but not no more. Like,
no,
they're
not
so
since
secret.
Chew left. Because Chew pulled me up on it. Chew told me on Twitter publicly about the collection book aspect of the game, that was too close to Tops. He told me about, because I said I love square cards. I loved them in FIFA 13. And then when the new Shield come out, I wasn't so keen on them. And that was down to licensing as well, because they were too close to a trading card.
Well, but what I'm trying to get to is, like, and this has been when Chew was there and before, EA's always been super Secret Service about the information. If they do a little something, they won't say it. There's been many patches where they won't talk about. The moment League of Legends updates something in their game, they tell everybody, hey, guys, you can't play with this character today because he's broken. We need to nerf something on him.
To put that into perspective for FIFA, let's say you get a player with 99 passing, and you press the pass button to full power, and the ball goes at 17 miles per hour, but then they change that to go at 16.8 miles per hour. EA won't tell you that, but League of Legends will be like, by the way, guys, it's now 16.8 miles per hour, not 17 miles per hour.
H1Z1 one as well does that.
Clash Royale does it as well.
They're very. That's what I'm trying to get to. They're very, like, and this is not bashing the company. This is like, maybe they don't have enough people for it. Whatever it is, they're very like, oh my God, let's not, like, if there's an issue, instead of saying they're fixing it, they'll wait until the last minute where they have to, because everyone's going mental to be like, oh, you know what? Wait, we're fixing that issue. Or we're doing this, and that's kind of because you can't tell me there wasn't a patch like a couple weeks back.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. I said this on Reddit to someone, right? Who like, we had like a little back and forth about something, right? What's broken this year? Okay, so through balls to offside people are broken, right? It always goes to the offside person if you pass unless someone stands onside. Yeah. We all know that. if it's broken and they don't know how to fix it, or if they try to fix it, it could break other things. If they had said, guys, we know that it's fucked up, we're sorry that it's fucked up, we are trying to fix it behind the scenes, but if we do something with it, it may potentially break many other aspects of the game, people will be like, okay, don't touch it. Now that we know that it is definitely an issue and it's not just us going crazy over something, it will put people's minds at ease, and they'll show them more respect for being honest about their errors than hiding and just ignoring it.
Well, because people who don't play the game a lot, if you like the amount of times I'll say it in a video where it goes to the wrong person, I'm like, oh, what the hell? Why is it going to the guy who's offside?
Yeah.
People who don't play it like seriously, but the people who don't like play it a lot don't know that. They think it's that's me every time passing to the wrong guy, and it's like sometimes it is, but sometimes it is like it locks on to the person who's offside.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are and how good you are at passing. It'll connect. It's just like I watched I can't remember the YouTuber's name. He's a career mode channel. I watched the video from him last night where in the beginning of 2015, everyone complained that FIFA points were too expensive. And EA actually, I don't know if this is facts, but he said EA had addressed it and said that they couldn't work on it now because it was too close to 15. But in the beginning of 16, they would address the pricing of FIFA points. But then come FIFA 16, it was never spoken about again. Like, it's one of those things where it's like,
I'll give you something as well with FIFA points. I think I may be mistaken, but I think it was Chewboy that tweeted out publicly that they can't change the price of FIFA points, and then they changed the price of FIFA points.
See, that's not Chew's problem. That's not
because he's been told
it's
that
such
he's
a
got
big
to say
company.
that,
It's being passed down, and everyone, a little thing could be lied to Rob, and then Rob now thinks that's what he got told here.
Yeah, and then he says what he exactly.
It's such a big company where it's he says she says, but they said they were gonna adjust the pricing, and then they never spoke of it again. And that's the thing. EA is such a guy. Like, come on, man. Have you ever called up to the customer service and stuff? Their EA's a little bit lacking on like certain sides of social media and things like that. And it'd be nice to see the company kind of like.
I do want to clear something up though, because this is something a lot of people don't know about. EA makes money from FIFA points from Ultimate Team. FIFA, like the FIFA game, don't make the money. The Ultimate Team like workforce is a very small crew, and they get assigned a budget each year to work with. Mm-hmm. Just because EA made £1 billion from FIFA point sales, it doesn't mean the Ultimate Team crew have that finances to work with. So
it gets allocated to other games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So whilst people are sitting there, they make so much money, why can't they do this? In their defense, I'm sure the line manager of Ultimate Team is sitting there saying, I wish we had more money. I wish we had a bigger budget to do bigger things. But they just don't get that budget.
It also comes down to space on discs, if they could fit the content onto the disc. Don't think when we're up here, all of us in this call love this game. Obviously, a lot of us wouldn't be where we're at without this game in the place of being able to speak. Like, I'll play this game whether it's good, bad. I'll never switch to PES. I never did. I never will. But what I'm trying to explain is that I just wish that Twitter account would put out more info when it comes to like a pass being broken, when it comes to an update happening, when it comes to them looking at FIFA points. Just say something to the community, because all at the end of the day, all the people want is to know. Right?
But it's an interesting one, because tonight, actually, because we're obviously recording this just after the Europa League, Rob Hodgson, who is the community manager, tweeted out saying there's going to be no Liverpool or Dortmund man of the matches because of respect to the Hillsborough memorial disaster. I'll read the exact tweet. In respect of anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster, there were no man of matches from the LFC and Dortmund game tonight. Yet if you go onto EA Sports main Twitter, which has 3.5 million followers compared to Rob's, and this is no digs at Rob's. Rob's got 85,000, which is still a pretty good reach. Everyone's gonna be like, where the fuck is these cards? Because they should be there, but it's not like Dune and Dragon does it as well, doesn't it? He tweets out important technical information about FIFA, but it never gets shown on the main Twitter where all the FIFA fan base is following as a point of contact.
It's just one of those things. It's like if I watch Simon's videos and he hasn't dropped a certain video in a long time, his people just want him to tweet out and tell him when it's gonna happen and when it's not gonna happen. That's why they just want to be they just want to know, man. And when you don't tell people stuff, it just makes them angry and frustrated.
With that being
Big Brother
said,
Clubs is coming out soon. All right.
With that being said, what's interesting is because I
It's
haven't
my
streamed
fault
for a
it's not
while,
out.
I get a lot of people say to me, "Why haven't you streamed? Why aren't you streaming?" And then if I think, "Oh, let me let them know I'm just waiting for this to stream or I'm waiting for that to stream," and I'm like, "Hey guys, I won't be streaming until I get them." You just get a barrage of abuse as a reply.
But there's gonna be that, right? Because and half those people probably don't even watch your stream. The people that are yelling at you probably don't. No.
That's just
Because
rude.
the people who actually care to watch you stream are the ones that are gonna understand and probably not even reply to it. It's just like when you get hate in the comments and like. Simon, it would actually be interesting to hear your point of this. Like, if you ever read your comments, right, and you've seen a video get a little bit like, let's say you get a video that gets 300-400 dislikes more than a normal video. Like, how does that affect? Like, for me, it actually, like, I don't know, man. It affects me in a really, really, really.
It affects me, but like it will affect me for like that day, but no longer because the thing I've realized straight away is it's the minority that are the vocal ones.
See, and that's what I've always had a hard time. Like, if a video gets 300,000 views and it gets 11,000 likes but 1,000 dislikes, and it only has 50 people in the comments talking, you see the 50 comments that are bad because they're the vocal ones.
Yeah. But then you've got to think about, you've got 50 people, so you've got 50 comments saying, "Oh, this video is terrible," something like that. You have 50 people out of 300,000 that have said this is bad, and it's like, yeah, I know you've got to look at it and be like, "Oh, okay, well, what can I change about it?"
Yeah.
But at the same time, the rest of the people that have seen your video haven't said that.
Yeah.
Just something to put on it. And I don't know. I don't know how much time you got left, Simon. I know we planned to only just run this for an hour, and it's been an hour. But I do want to talk about how we are not machines. Like, the words you say, they fucking hurt, man. Like, okay, you get your typical trolls that are just dickheads for the sake of being dickheads, and that's fine. But when you get people that like genuinely go out there to cause you harm and to see you deteriorate, the words you say, the things you do, we are real people. In fact, more than anything, we are the realest people because we are at home. I've got a good lifestyle. I make okay money from YouTube. I've got a lot of popularity. But I'm a human being, man. Like, I've got feelings, I've got emotions, and when you say horrible things to me, just because it's on the internet and you feel like it's anonymous, or just because, like, you know, in your eyes, I or Simon or Bates and our skills may be popular, it doesn't mean that it doesn't bother us.
Yeah.
Because I always see it as like, people say it and then I stop reading comments for a bit. Like, certain videos, like, I'll look at a video's comments, like, pretty soon after it goes out, but I won't look at them, you know, a couple of days later because I know that there's just going to be either annoying comments or pointless comments or something like that. Yeah, and I just kind of, and then I won't reply to someone and they'll be like, "Oh, do you never read your comments?" And I'll be like, "No, but you can see why, surely."
Like, because in the first, like, 5 to 6, 7 hours of the video, those are your viewers.
Yeah.
And then when the video sits for a little bit, it's people who have found you through searches, and now they're the ones, like, that don't know nothing about you, but they drop a comment like, you know, what? Oh, yo, you're your KSI wannabe. Like, yo, you just got here. Like, you haven't even watched the rest of my videos. Like, why don't you go check those out first? And you see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why.
That's one of the biggest things, and this is the thing where it's like, I said this earlier on in this video. You get to see what we allow you to see. Like, when I'll tweet something, like, for example, at the end of tonight, I could have tweeted at the end of tonight, "Who do you think will get a man of the match from the Liverpool game?" Okay, Bason's now told us we won't get one, but I could have tweeted that. And I guarantee you I would have got someone reply with, "How about you don't worry about FIFA and go spend time with your daughter?"
I get that
and
all the time.
I'm sat there thinking, dude, you don't know what I do with my day. You know what I show you. Like, Twitter is available on a mobile phone. You don't know that I'm not sitting there feeding my daughter at the same time. Like, it doesn't make any difference.
One of the things with that as well, and I always get it when I tweet anything about FIFA and I'm watching real life football. Like, FIFA, like, not so much, I don't know. Would you say FIFA's primarily your income, Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're, like, trying to create hype over a certain inform or creating a certain card, and it was like, wow, you sad fucking cunt. All you do is talk about FIFA. Enjoy the game. Just watch the game. Like, when I'm watching games, I'm usually working, doing videos, recording FIFA for people's semi-enjoyment, you know. But it's relevant. Whether you guys don't like FIFA, like, why do you follow me, you know? It's like I'm going to be like, 70 to 80% FIFA, 20% football, 2%.
Like, I've kind of got I've got a little bit numb to comments in general.
Well, it happens over time because, especially
isn't it interesting? Before you go on, Skills, isn't it interesting? For me, I know how much abuse I get because I get it, but I don't ever notice or assume other YouTubers get abuse. So when someone like Simon, as big as he is and as popular as he is, talks about being numb to like negative comments, that's a shock to me that he even gets that much.
I saw a comment on Twitter, and I'm going to bring this up really quick. I don't want to go too deep into this conversation because we got to bounce soon. I saw a comment the other day. It was a retweet about Simon that said something about Simon and KSI. I'm not going to go into it, okay?
That's what I mean. Like, I've had that the entire time.
I know that
I saw
it took me like 8 months.
This actually irked me, Simon, because when I saw this of like, you know, it was pretty. The gist of it was when he came up through KSI. First of all, KSI can only carry somebody as far as they want to go. Even if like, does that make sense? Like, unless you
just to put that in perspective, I said to it was my dad's birthday the other day, and I sent him a really nice card that made him cry because I'm a fucking great son. And he said to me, he only provided me the car. I'm the one that drove it, and that's a metaphor for the fact that JJ gave Simon or offered Simon an audience, but they liked him for him, not because if Simon put out shit content, they wouldn't have stuck around.
Well, I can, and this is not like me, like whatever, like during the time of Simon's coming up, I'll 100% Simon, you were putting the best videos. Yeah, I would say that your videos were competing with JJ's, and JJ puts out great videos. So your videos were the best FIFA videos going up during that explosion of you. So JJ could have showed him like, hey man, go in this direction, and then someone goes with it. So to see a comment like that irked my nerves, like, yo, how are you not going back at this? But at the same time, you have to remember that that's one person that probably doesn't like you anymore because you didn't give them a series they liked or something. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I mean. That's why I've kind of got numb to it, because like I've done 1,000 videos on my main channel. I'd say the first 400 of them, I was always the white guy in KSI's video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The cameraman.
So it's like, it was always like that kind of thing. It was like, well, at this point, it's like, well, if you're here, if you're going to stay around, then cool. But
then the whole reason that irks me is because then you can almost say that most of the YouTubers that have come up now have come up through someone. Or
there's always a failed story though. Like Nep, you've done it. You had one of your close friends who stayed in your house.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, and that is a testament to. You can set, like, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like El Dinero was here for a good 6 months, and I pushed his channel, and I pushed his channel, and it just wasn't the right fit for him at that time. That's not to say that if he did it again now, it wouldn't be successful. If he did something different, it wouldn't be successful. But at that time, I sent thousands of people to him. They just didn't want to watch. Phil, my sister's...
Yeah, that's the one I was on about.
Yeah, he was here for almost a year. I pushed people. He did a video with Harry when Harry was, I think at the time, getting the most views in the FIFA community, and he still didn't make a success of himself. So, like, to say that, you know, Simon's come up through JJ, he was given a platform, but he's the star.
How come no one turns to Messi and says, like, yo, you're here because of this person? Because someone paid for him to go to that academy.
Yeah, exactly.
Who paid for him to get to that academy to be able to be trained up to be what he is today? Everyone gets whether your parents pay for you to go to school, whether it's for college, someone gets a push somewhere. Now it's up to you on what you do with your time and what you want to do. You can't make somebody be hungry and put the videos out, but you can give somebody a lane. So I don't know, that kind of got me.
Well, I was given that push by JJ as well. A lot of people say that my channel's made from JJ, but when 20k subs...
I do remember making JJ's channel. If it wasn't for the molesters, he'd be nowhere right now.
The reason I'm really mad that I saw that tweet about JJ is Simon was in the molesters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying here?
We made Simon.
We made Simon. Like, I want to see that tweet come out with my name in it, bro.
I was just going to say, like, JJ definitely helped me and everything. But the first person that actually said I should do YouTube was Nep.
Oh.
Hello.
That was at Gamescom like 3 years ago.
in before I put a tweet out saying
maybe
that Simon came up doing that.
But anyway, guys, I think we're gonna leave it there. It's been a longer show than we thought. If you've got any questions to ask anyone here, either put them in the comment section below or tweet us. All Twitters and all social media will be down below and probably on the screen throughout. Using #TheShow. I'm hoping nobody else has that hashtag as a regular thing, because otherwise that'll be embarrassing and we'll get loads of randy questions. But I want to
please let us know your opinions in the comments about clickbaiting. We want to know this conversation.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I want to know comments of a lot of things discussed. Even the latest one. Yeah, everything which we've
comment about everything we've talked about,
and let us know what you thought of it as well.
Yeah, and if there's a specific guest you want on, put them in the comment section. I'll do my best. I don't have much weight in the YouTube community to try and get viewers on, but Simon does, so we're good there. And thank the 3 guests for coming on, or hosts or guests. We'll see how that pans out, whether or not this is received well, whether or not they enjoyed themselves. If you guys did enjoy yourself, I would appreciate as much support on the series as possible. We will try and get one out every week. It's unlikely, especially this week with PAX being next weekend and the fact
Simon,
that
you going to PAX?
Washington.
I'm not, no.
Come on, man. All right.
And with that, any final words from you guys?
Yeah, feel free not to tweet me now about JJ, because you know how that always happens.
Yeah,
you make me feel
you say don't do this, and then it just happens.
Anyone watching, but don't think that we're taking shots at any other YouTubers. We're giving opinions. No. We're not taking shots at anyone. Keep doing what everyone's doing. Peaceful world. Yeah.
Just remember, we're all human like you.
Yeah,
Kumbaya.
Exactly.
Love y'all.
Also, I hate Bateson. Okay. This is going to be the end of the show. Thank you for watching, and we're out.
Bye.